My name is Matthias Mazzucci, and I'm here at Raindance presenting Noise Matters.
And my name is Pollyanna McIntosh, and I play Rose in Noise Matters, funnily enough.
Oh yeah, it's the same movie.
Well, that's pretty
I
weird.
haven't seen you for a long time. The film is about noise. Not really. I mean, I wanted to find a silly subject that I could take to deal with the subject of artistic integrity. So I basically used the noise-making process of these characters that go out and find objects in dumps and trash and use everyday objects to generate noise. And
They're like a noise band. But
Yes.
They would never call themselves a band, right?
Yeah,
They're too artistic
they're called
for
Shame
that.
on You. Shame on You. That's the name of the band. Managed by the Captain Monroe, which is the manager, which is a crazy character. That's how Rose comes in this story. She's the captain is surrounded always by a lot of nameless girls, that except for Rose, which is like the only one that is kind of like puts him in his place.
I have integrity.
He's a womanizer, and then he gets screwed by her. She's the only one that kind of like but anyway, to continue on the story of the movie. These people are creating all together, and what happens is that three people want to do one thing, and then one character doesn't want to do it, and so the subject matter is the fact that what happens when there is creative struggle, when somebody wants to do something and somebody doesn't, how this affects people. And they are surrounded by bizarre characters. I mean, it's like the world I live in Hollywood with the volume turned up. I mean, one of the character is like strikes and protests all the time because he wants to give psychiatric medication to cows because they're depressed and they should get him. And if they get him, they will volunteer to be slaughtered. So it's a great idea because they're depressed and all these things. And then there is a guy that works at he runs a support group for people that have been abducted by aliens, like a AA kind of a support group. So they're like talking in circle about their experience of abduction. And yeah, so it's all... there's this sprinkled throughout the film with these characters, which it's kind of the phobias that you get to see when you live in LA. I mean, the people that are...
It's actually very realistic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's what Noise Matters is about. I got the idea from the film. I was editing a short film called Happy Ending, and I was looking for noise. I didn't know that there was such a thing as noise music. I was just, using the internet to look for sounds and things like that. And I ran across the thing noise music, and I was like, wow, that's so weird. So I did some research. I said, what is it exactly? And I found that there was an article about the guy that wrote the Noise Manifesto at the beginning of the century, I think like 1905. And his name was Luigi Russolo. He was an Italian. And there's a photo of a room with all these huge objects, and he's making noise. And I was like, this guy's Italian? I'm Italian. What if he was my grandfather, I figured? Because he was a futurist painter, and I saw his paintings. They were like bizarre stuff. And so the idea came...
And I'd like to add probably the reason that Matthias got the idea as well is because he is an artist working in this crazy business world of Hollywood. And that's really what a lot of the film is about, isn't it? About keeping your integrity as an artist when the business starts encroaching in on your manifesto. It came on quite early because he showed me the script, and we're friends and we live in the same neighborhood, and there's a real community there of sort of filmmakers and actors who are making their own thing and actors who started producing their own stuff, and it's a really vibrant place in just at the foot of the hills in Hollywood. And we were in our local place called La Poubelle, and Matthias said, oh, I've written the script, I want to read it. And I was like...
I think that if somebody watches the film, it should at least... I don't like anything but indifference. I don't really know what emotion would steer my movie in someone, because I've seen all different emotions. But as long as somebody rather hates it or loves it, that's what I kind of want, like, to create a reaction. This is how I see it. There's Elliot, which I haven't never spoken with, but I see him with his white hair and his glasses, and he's like the father of the whole thing. And then there's his children. It's like mosquito coats, kind of. His children are everywhere.
Marley? There's just hundreds of them.
No, there's like hundreds of vibrant young people, which I guess what this is about, that are in the making taking the first steps into the industry. And so, yeah, I imagined it like just last night, like a painting of Elliot like this, and all these people with their rain dance shirt on. I have a weird imagination.